That day, she messaged Ryan and asked to call. Lex states it was intentionally done over voice to not leave a trace. She claimed this is something that Super Mega took advantage of.
I purposely told both of them, I'm calling you because I don't want this in a text. I don't want this screenshotable. I don't want this to be a big thing. I at least want the choice to have that. And I get the choice if it's not drama. I didn't want that. And I told them that. I made that clear. And I feel like they took advantage of that fully.
Ryan seemed understanding and supportive, which came as a relief. Though he did ask for details, which she thought was weird.
I was getting asked about like how things happened and stuff, like very inquisitively when I was on the phone with Ryan.
Wow, Welcome, thanks for hosting.
The one thing that I thought was weird, because if I believed someone, I wouldn't be asking that many questions. I'd just be
Bro, she is a liar. I can just tell by the way she talks. I can tell. I can tell when motherfucking thing. Okay, she is a liar. Well, obviously now we know she's a liar, but she is a liar. Just the way that she talks. I could tell. I knew something was weird, because why would he ask me for details when I'm making a massive accusation when he should just believe me?
Be like, I don't need graphic detail. It was a little weird.
Matt, on the other hand, didn't respond for 2 days, with the call with him said to have gone much worse. He grouped it in with their previous controversies, which she said felt dismissive. He was afraid of how it would reflect on their channel. This incompetence even led him to ask her about how they should move forward.
He just kept saying things. He was like, would it still bother you if we like still worked with him? And I started like being like, I don't know. That's not really my decision. I can't really tell you that, because that's not what I was calling for it. He's an online Twitter artist. I would see him regardless. It's not about that. It's about me not seeing him in person so I can like relax and like process stuff. That's when I had to realize they stopped being my friend.
Leighton Stollard was an employee of Super Mega at the time. He was brought on in 2021 to handle their merchandise. Lex and Leighton became close friends shortly after he was hired. In fact, she actually spoke to him before Matt and Ryan about the incident.
I didn't feel comfortable, so I called Leighton first. I didn't know him nearly as long at all, but I feel like he had gone through, or has gone through enough that him and I both like talked about that. I know he would relate when I told him, or like understand and like believe me when I told him, without a doubt. He's a friend to me. But I wanted to ask mainly about, how do you think Matt and Ryan's gonna take it, basically? And no, I mean, he assured me that they're gonna take this, he was like, for 100%, they're gonna take this seriously, like definitely. There's no way they would wanna work with him after knowing that and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, all right, I felt normal, you know what I mean? I felt like validated, I guess.
Leighton had always been on her side regarding Dawn, which she felt was indicative of why the others didn't like him.
From day one, Leighton has been on my side about the Dawn thing. He's never doubted me or never like asked me a weird question about it, like he didn't believe me. Or
he never asked me any
stuff. A friend.
He never asked me. Oh, bro, this type of like validation-seeking behavior, the only thing worse than this are the people that provide this level of validation. You people are the worst type of people in the world. You're not good people. You're horrible people. You're not good people. You're horrible people. You are not a good person if you infinitely validate another person. The only reason you're doing it is because it feels good to do it. You don't actually give a f about the other person. You only care about yourself. You suck. I hate people that do this.
But he was definitely the only one out of all of them that didn't have as many questions, because he, like I said before, has had experience with. So I think it made him less of a yes man, which was very inconvenient for them, especially with the bad behavior they were committing at the time. Leighton would have and had said things in our favor against theirs, and I think that upset them.
Oh. Now, this isn't sexist, right? Or I don't know. I feel like it's this. I feel like this fringe is always the biggest red flag in the world. I feel like this fringe, it's always, why?
He kept telling me like, just do it. And like multiple times while he was like down. And he's like way bigger than me.
Wait, did Sabrina have the same one? Hold on. Sabrina, video, girlfriend. No shot, did she? I need to sign into my YouTube account.
That you've been interacting with.
A little bit. Her hair's a lot. Is her hair like thinner or something though? I don't know.
No, I was really freaked out after that. So eventually he let me go, but I just kind of shut down and just went with like whatever else he wanted that night, and like for the rest of the trip. At this point, I was too scared to like say anything, and I didn't think he would listen because he just didn't before. So.
I just didn't say anything because I didn't think you'd listen. I don't know why I thought that, but I figured like why even try? Like why not just sit here and
Because of this, Lex would end up at the SuperMegaPlex at the same time as Dawn, hiding from him in the bathroom.
I get there and I don't think Dawn is there, and then I hear him. I hide in the bathroom like after putting my because I didn't think he was there. I hid in the bathroom at the SuperMegaPlex, and I stayed in there with the door locked, scared until Dawn came up to the bathroom to try and use it, and I was in there. I had the door locked, so he tried pulling it he tried turning it a few times and couldn't.
I'm sorry, real quick. How old was she again? Is she like 17 in this story?
And he knocked and he said hello, and I didn't answer. I was too scared to say anything. I didn't even expect to see him ever again. I like hear him realize it's me. I'm sure he'd been told.
Like, what are you doing? I hide in the bathroom holding the door shut. Like, bro, what is, oh my God.
That I was gonna be there, but he says something he's like, hello? He's like, anybody in there? And then all of a sudden he stops trying, and I hear him like inhale or exhale or something, and then he goes,
what? What are you, this is like a horror movie?
To the other bathroom. And then afterwards he got arrangements to leave very quickly, and I hadn't seen him since.
Lex states that around 10 or 11 p.m., Jim approached her because she appeared upset. That's when, while intoxicated, she told him about what was bothering her, Dawn. He appeared sympathetic, but eventually started flirting, which she says escalated. Her description of this is as follows.
When he heard my story, he was like, man, I'm so sorry. And then proceeded to like start flirting with me like right after. And like this is when I realized, because I was doing most of the talking, that after I was done with the story and he started talking, like he started saying flirty things, and like he started putting me in a headlock, that I was like, oh, he's drunk. And
oh, what the is happening here? I feel like I remember when we did this, when we were doing reviews, I feel like every single one of these stories is me just like hating like children, or like people that seem like, I don't know, bro. Never mind. What, I don't even know. And
like pretty much right after I realized that, he started kissing me. If you've ever seen a picture of Jim, he's a really tall guy. It was not even in my brain to be like, get this guy off of me, or like not get this guy off of me. Yes, I didn't want to kiss him, because to me, this guy I am not that close friends with. Like, we are just from the same place, and like I thought he wanted to like get to know me better, listens to my story, and then makes out with me. Like, at this rate, I'm just kind of stun locked. I had no idea what he's doing. I don't know if there's even any other people in the place. I think there was 2 other people. I think Matt and Rav were still there. So he like gets up at some point after like putting me in a chokehold a few more times and kissing. He only kissed me a couple times, but he put me in a chokehold for a while.
How many times are you just randomly getting
leads to a scenario in which
chokeholded?
Lex
What is
follows
happening?
Jim into a closet.
He like gets up and then goes to the office, and he's like, come here. I don't even remember thinking anything. I was literally just like confused. And because when he said that, he was in the office, but he was in the closet. And when I came over to him, because I was like, why in my head I'm thinking, why is this guy just went to the office closet? Like the office where like everybody has their computers, and there's like a coat closet, and you just go in there and stand in the doorway and give me a kiss again. Like, I didn't even have like a reaction. I just
it's like Matthew Self, $10. Were you going on Rikita's stream for his direct examination show? I have never talked about it. I don't know.
just didn't know what the that was. And then after that, I was like, do you like me or something? Because I genuinely just so like, it came
Do you like me or something after he kissed me for the, how many times? Okay, good job.
Out of nowhere. Like I said, I just told him about he does this. And his answer is, I think you're cute. I still to this day can't like, the only thing I can do is be like, he was drunk, but why would you do that?
What?
Hello, Steven.
Yes.
Steven's abuse is sick. Don't you find it so funny how she expects everyone to read her mind. Isn't that like hilarious? Like,
Yes, it's like you can't at any point like I didn't know if this and I didn't know, like why not just like say something ever? She's like this most passive observer of her own life.
it's
and
like
then complaining
at every
about
single
it.
moment, everyone in her life is expected to guess that what she wants is actually the opposite of how she acts.
Yeah.
And retroactively, they are bad people for not realizing
Yeah.
that. Like how
It's
how
you know what her
ridiculous
life is
this?
like? You know what is kind of funny? You ever remember in really old sitcoms? You ever watch like I forget, you're like
Yes.
12.
I've seen Seinfeld.
Have you heard of like Three's Company? Or any of these?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. I don't know if this happens in Seinfeld or not, but like there are a lot of old sitcoms where like the premise of the episode, like the whole episode could have been solved if for like 2 seconds somebody said like, hold on, let's wait a moment, let me just explain what's going on. But like
Right.
that never happens. It just gets like wackier and wackier and wackier until until like the climax of the episode or whatever. But there's a lot of episodes like if we just wait like two seconds to explain what's going on, everything would be solved. And that's like her whole life. Like if she was like, hey, don't push my head down, or hey, don't kiss me in the closet, or hey, don't do this, like everything would be okay. But it's just like I stood there and then he did this and I was like, why did you do that? And then later on I realized it's because he was with his mouth. And it's like, bro, what? Yeah, it's just stupid.
It's especially true of this guy who kissed her. Like she's like, he kissed me, and then he went into a closet and he was
And
like,
asked
come
me
here.
to come here. And I'm like, well, what on earth could we possibly want to do in a closet? And then I walked into the closet and he kissed me more times. And it's like,
Yeah, it's like if you didn't want to kiss him, like don't go in the closet. Like what is wrong with you? Like I don't even know how old this girl is exactly. I think like 24, 25, but like too old for this, undoubtedly. Way too old for this.
Jesus.
So
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.